Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Josh YouTube channel. We are back with the prediction show with me and Reece. Obviously, there was no prediction show last week, just me taking a little break from kind of everything social media related. And then the week before, Doug, which I massively appreciate, did the show for me. But I am back with Reece this evening to go over week 6 of the Premier League predictions. And very depressingly, there's an international break coming up in a week's time, so
we'll be killing ourselves, mate. Don't worry, we'll kill ourselves.
But me and Reece will come up with some special podcast on Thursday, 7 p.m. during the international break to keep you all entertained, and also to keep us entertained, as Reece says, so we're not contemplating hanging ourselves. So, Reece,
absolutely.
Reece, thank you very much for coming on again. It's good. I haven't actually spoke to you on a stream in a while because I wasn't on the World of Fun podcast there Monday night. So it's good to actually talk to you again. How have you been?
I've been all right. I watched your podcast as well. You've done brilliant. Amazing. I thought the new podcast was really good. I've been doing all right, and we're just going on how things are, I suppose.
Well, thank you very much. Everybody is not aware. There's a new podcast on the channel. It's the weekly dose of football. It's uploaded today with me. Reece will be the first guest on that podcast. Because Reece was a bit scared at this podcast, all the predictions would go away. So he'll be the first guest on there. So they're interested to check out it's up on the channel. We kind of just spoke about how teams have done so far in the Premier League. And Reece had obviously a very big comment to make about Southampton, but I'm sure he'll reiterate that when we come on to Southampton. So let's get absolutely started into this game. I normally go in order of the way the games are played in terms of time, but obviously for one of the first games played in this week 6 set of fixtures is our game of the week, so we'll be coming to that last. So we're going to start off with another game that's at 12:30, which I don't really remember 2 12:30 kickoffs on a Saturday morning. Or Saturday afternoon. I don't think this is often. I don't think I've actually ever seen it before. It is between Manchester United and Aston Villa at Old Trafford. This is a big difficult. Before we actually get into this, I totally forgot to say hello to people in the comments. Hello, Helly, and hello, Reece Woods. There's no Doug here, Reece, but we've got Reece Woods, but we do have the actual Reece, the legend himself. So as Aston Villa and Manchester United at Old Trafford, obviously Manchester United suffering defeat in the Carabao Cup against West Ham 1-0. Also Aston Villa losing to Chelsea in the Carabao Cup on the penalty shootout. Hello, Shane O'Donnell. Thanks so much for coming.
Yep.
To you. Look, let's be honest. Manchester United could not give a toss over that Carabao Cup game. The fact that Phil Jones was on the bench, Dean Henderson played his first senior game of football in quite a long time, and the fact that while Mata play kind of showed stars admissions to go and win this game, I don't think he really cared. So not too much to get into that. Obviously, in terms of their last result, beating West Ham United, I thought it was a decent enough performance for Manchester United against West Ham. I thought Lucas Fabianski had to make a couple of saves. They were denied at least one ball penalty, and then De Gea, I think he makes his first penalty save in 40 odd attempts or something like that to get Manchester United the win at Old Trafford, to get Manchester United win at the London Stadium. Aston Villa, very good win against Everton, a 3-0 against a very well organised Rafa Benitez side, and then they probably deserved to get something against Chelsea. It was definitely not a 3-0 game. Thought they were unlucky not to get something in the end. I do actually fancy Aston Villa to get something at Old Trafford. I feel like this Aston Villa team, even yesterday, even though it was against a rotated Chelsea and Aston Villa rotated, we're still incredibly competitive. I do like this team, and I think they're due to get a result. And they do actually like playing Manchester United since they've came back up into the Premier League. I've got this game ended 1-1. I think Ronaldo is again going to score, and then Danny Ings is going to get an equaliser for Aston Villa. Over to you, Reece.
Ooh, very interesting. I look at the Premier League and I think, in terms of the game last night, we did make a lot of changes, which to a degree can be a bit tricky in terms of where we progress. In the end, we went out from that 9th-minute goal from Lanchini, but we just weren't direct enough, which is why we lost out in the end. But I'm as much as it is a trophy, I'm not too fussed. It is the Carabao Cup. I'd rather have the bigger ones, and we go from there, really. So I'm more on the grounds of that.
Okay. What's your prediction?
But for Villa, I'm gonna go a little bit off. I'm going to go 4-2 Man United. I think Villa will get a couple of goals, but I still expect Man United to power it down, and we'll just see how it goes. But I think United will come out flying to set the pace and remind why they want it. And I think that's going to testament why we're going to flourish, and I think we're going to win 4-2.
4-2, no, that's fair enough. Shane O'Donnell says 3-1 to Manchester United, 3-1 to United, and then Hallie also says boo Josh. Just to quickly ask you on Manchester United, do you have do you have any concerns that Man United aren't keeping clean sheets at the moment?
A little bit. I think it would be hard to not say why not. Because obviously the last year we were doing well, not conceding as much from open play, but we were conceding every 244 minutes from set plays. This year it's reversed. We haven't conceded from a set play in well over 700 minutes. But open play we do concede. Even like 2 goals this season have been from 2 of the goals we've conceded this season have been from deflections. But I think at the moment, the fact is we're still scoring goals and we've created the second most chances in the league is important. I don't see much of a problem with that. I'm actually okay with the amount of goals we're conceding because it's very minimal. But we do need to get more clean sheets. I'll admit, like we do need a bit more, but it's not too bad.
What's all about Reece says 3-1 Manchester United. I guess that's some fella. So moving on to Goodison Park, Everton taking on Norwich City. Everton, yes, suffered a 3-0 loss. Yesterday they suffered a 3-0 loss against Aston Villa, but they've been, if I'm not mistaken, they lost to QPR, I think, in the Carabao Cup. I'm going to they did lose to QPR in the Carabao Cup, but they are suffering from quite a few injuries at the moment. They've got a few players with COVID, a few players out on the sideline, so their squad's definitely been a bit hit. And obviously, James Rodriguez is away to some team in Quarter, I think it is, which is dumb for a guy who's still only 30, but he's made that decision. But beside that, they're playing against a Norwich team who are truly and woefully awful. Like this Norwich team, like I feel bad for Brandon Williams, I feel bad for Billy Gilmore, I feel bad for Tim Krul, I feel bad for the fans because this team generally could finish with less points than Derby County did a couple of seasons when in the Premier League. They are dreadfully bad. I've got a very, very comfortable win here for Everton. 4-0 Everton. Even with a few injuries, I think Demarai Gray's in very good form. I think Richarlison's back for this game. Townsend's doing well. Norwich are not going to get Norwich are going to struggle again. It's just a matter of how many goals I think they're going to concede. I think it's going to be a 4-0 win for Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, I think so as well. In terms of Everton's playing at the minute, they've been playing really well, and I expect them to get a lot of goals. And from that, I don't have any issues with that Everton right now. The way they're playing, solid, defensively smart. Benitez is getting them going really well. Yeah, I agree. 4-0.
3-0 from Reece Woods, 2-0 from Shane O'Donnell, and 2-0 from
the quicker Norwich get relegated, the quicker we can all celebrate.
No, the quicker they go down to League One so they don't come back up again, the quicker we can celebrate.
That'd be good.
Moving on to Elland Road, Leeds United taking on West Ham. Obviously, Leeds without a win yet this season, which is quite remarkable. I think 5 games there, not a win for Leeds. And then come up against a West Ham team who did, I think, decently enough against, they got a really, really good win in Europe against Daniel Zagreb away from home. Probably should have got a point against Manchester United, but they always decide on Marco for a penalty, which never works. Never works to press one a player take a penalty kick with the first kick of the game. Leeds are struggling. Defensively they are a shambles. Like they are utterly a shambles defensively. I feel like Leeds may have been figured out a tiny wee bit, and I think our set with LBS's lack of plan B is starting to show, but I think West Ham on the legs may be a bit fatigued. Obviously, they're playing a lot of football. David Moyes did rotate the team yesterday against Man United. Still got a result, but some of their starters still play because their squad isn't massively big. And Leeds, I'm sure it's only a matter of time until they start kicking on. Their squad's too good to continue to struggle for a long period of time. But I see this game being a very evenly matched game, and I do think West Ham are going to get a very good point at Elland Road. It's going to be a 1-1 draw between Leeds and West Ham.
Ooh. I'm gonna go a bit like on a whim here. I actually think, and some people are gonna call me nuts. I think West Ham are going to put 6 past Leeds.
6? 6? It's my headphones fucking. It's my headphones. Okay, all right. Explain.
Explain. Okay. I'll actually put the camera one on for that one because I'm not afraid. I actually think the way West Ham have played right now with their full strength 11, they have dominated teams very well. Not just from the wide flanks, but also going forward directly through the middle. The way they get Antonio's back as well. I think the way Antonio fits in with Ben Rama is going to work. They're going to get down the flanks, they're going to get through the middle, and they're going to dominate really well. And because of that, I think on the grounds of that, I just don't know if Leeds are going to cope because Leeds create so much space. And the pace and power that West Ham have got under David Moyes at the minute, I wouldn't be surprised if they concede more than 5, to be honest.
Well, that's fair enough. Helly says 2-1 to 2-1 West Ham against Leeds. Shin Don's in agreement. Hello, Maisie, Devils United. If anyone hasn't again, please do check out the podcast that was uploaded earlier today with me and Maisie. Also check out her YouTube channel. The links are in the description on that video. Also, just Devils United on YouTube. Do give that a wee check. Absolutely. Thank you very much for coming in. And Reece was also in agreement with us. 2-1 West Ham United against Leeds. Imagine those 6 games into the Premier League, Leeds with 0 wins. That would be maybe second season syndrome coming into play. Anyway, on to the King Park Stadium, Leicester City taking on a team without a win, also in the Premier League, Burnley, Burnley are struggling. Burnley are also massively struggling. Got a good win there in the Carabao Cup. It took a second half performance and a J. Rodriguez hat-trick to get them through to the next round. Leicester suffering from injuries at the back, quite big time. But Leicester, I do fancy Leicester at home at the King Power. I think Leicester, our team's still trying to get some players fit, trying to get Johnny Evans back fit. They're trying to get their left back fit, and they're trying to get Jamie Vardy and Neo Nacho firing again because they've been a bit slow. Got a 2-0 win here for Leicester. I think Burnley are struggling. I feel like Burnley's toughness and grittiness is not there at the moment. I don't think they're going to be in any trouble with relegation. I think Sean Dice will normally do what he normally does. They'll have a run of form. They'll go and they'll stay by at least maybe 6 to 9 points. But don't fancy about the King Power. I think Leicester are looking for a team to play that they could get at, and I think Burnley's that team that they could get at. So I think Leicester's going to win 2-0.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a draw. I'm gonna go for a score draw because I'm not convinced by Leicester at all. I think Leicester this season have been, to quote unquote, pish. I think Leicester have been. I just think they were one of the worst teams in the league right now in terms of like where they're expected to be. They haven't convinced me enough performance-wise, and for it, I just don't see them doing anything. I'm going 1-1.
Do you think Burnley may go down this year?
No, even though I want them to, they'll survive just.
Reece has 2-1. Sorry, my fault. 2-0 Leicester and 2-0 Leicester. We're all in agreement tonight. It's like everyone's mind read. On to Vicarage Road. Watford playing a very struggling Newcastle team. Newcastle really struggling. Watford. You think Burnley are shy too, Reece?
Of course, I think yeah.
I think she's talking to Reece Woods. Tina Leicester from Shane O'Donnell. Like everyone's in agreement today. It's really nice to see. Right, one big happy community. Vicarage Road, Watford and Newcastle. I think Watford actually not doing too bad. I think Watford are kind of where I thought they would be this time. I think their squad is decent. I think their squad is really, really good. Not really, really good. So that's a lie. I think their squad is really good for Watford. Should I say? Maybe I'll change my words there. But Newcastle, no, Newcastle really struggling. Steve Bruce. Yeah, Steve Bruce has got not much time to try and figure out how to get this Newcastle team going, and I don't think he's going to start this weekend. I've got a 1-1 draw between the two. I think both squads evenly matched on paper, but I think Watford's home form coming off from a championship is actually quite good. I just don't like this. I just don't like this Newcastle team at all under Steve Bruce. I just don't think they'll get a win. They've got a 1-1 draw here, and Newcastle will remain winless so far 6 weeks into the Premier League.
Ooh, okay. I think this is when the facade of Steve Bruce can't win a game or can't do anything right. I think in this game he will get it right for once, and then that'll be the end of it for the rest of the season. So I'm actually going to go Newcastle to win this one 2-1. I think Newcastle will get the win here, and then after that, it'll be hit and miss until they sack Steve Bruce, or if they actually take the balls to sack him. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to the Toon Army on this one. The Magpies will be searching for shiny things, and Steve Bruce will get goals from St. Maximin because he's the only player they've got that's actually good enough. The rest of their team's pish. So yeah, 2-1 St. Maximin to actually get them out of it.
Let's go. Well, Hallie, I think you're copying me. I think that's three same score lines you predicted. I think you're copying me. Rashid O'Donnell 2-1 Watford and 1. Yeah, I mean, if Newcastle do lose this game, Steve Bruce may actually get sacked.
The thing is, he will never get the sack because the owners is completely settled with him. He's the perfect manager for a guy who does not give a shit. Newcastle will never challenge again for the top 4 with Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley, or Mike Ashley and a world-class manager. They will never challenge for the top 4 again.
Nope, completely agree. Mike Ashley is probably one of the worst.
And good riddance. And good riddance to them.
How he is still an owner of Newcastle is beyond a joke, but it's just it's just something he says he won't put money into the club because he can't, but then he asks too much money to sell a club. It's a very strange one.
It's just so funny.
On to what is the potential upset of the round. It is Brentford taking on Liverpool at home. Brentford to get a very, very good win against Oldham Athletic in the Carabao Cup. I think they won 7-0 or something like that. Like, it was insane. Brentford also doing very, very well for themselves. I did these predictions an hour ago. Well, you obviously hacked into my Discord or something, Helly, because you're a hacker for all I know. Brentford have done really, really well. Like, I had these guys finishing bottom of the league here, which isn't happening. Let's just be realistic. That's not happening. They are doing really, really, really well. But my God, do Liverpool look good? Liverpool are firing the whole cylinders. They're looking at the team that they did a few 2 seasons ago when they won the league. I just think that they're just playing out of their skin at the moment, and I just don't think Brentford's going to have enough to stop them. I think it's a really good test for Brentford. I think being at home will keep the score maybe a bit closer than I think than maybe it could be, but I don't think Brentford are going to win this game. I think Liverpool are going to be all over them from the second that ball's kicked. I think Liverpool's going to get a 2-0 win on the road. You've got a Brentford draw. You can just see it by your face.
Logic dictates Liverpool win this game, but Liverpool have had slip-ups against these sort of teams before, so I wouldn't be surprised. And I think Brentford are the team that Liverpool really don't want to play right now. I don't think they're the team you want to play against. They're physical, strong, fast, smart when it comes to creative decisions. They've got a good forward in Tony, Emblemo in midfield, brilliant. Ayer centre back is
David Rayner. Really well. David Rayner in goal has been quite good for them too.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go. This is going to finish 2-2.
2-2. It's possible. Brentford do like to score goals. Hallie's also in agreement with you. 2-2 between Liverpool and Liverpool. Brentford to lose 3-1 with Tony, Mohamed Salah, and Diego Jota getting on the score sheet. And Reece Wood's got 2-0 Liverpool, same as myself. So, yeah, I've won the one. It's absolutely one to watch between Brentford and Liverpool. So, I believe, I'm going to have to double check, but I think this game might be the one on TV. Let me have a double check. It is, yes. It seems to have 5 game on Sky Sports in the UK if anybody's interested. Definitely advise you to watch if you've got some spare time. The atmosphere and the overall intensity of the game is going to be incredible. Anyway, on to Sunday's fixtures. The Sunday fixtures is the Derby Day games. But we'll start off with the game that is in the derby between Southampton and Wolves. yeah, so a lot of people were hitting the panic button. Southampton, thinking Southampton could get relegated, be close to relegation, but no, Southampton have done incredibly well. Hasenhüttl will continue to show how good of a manager he truly is.
I told people this.
With James Ward-Prowse signing a long-term contract, looking good. Adam Armstrong, Che Adams, good partnership. Borja, a young Chelsea striker, they've gone on loan very well. Lamafeto at right back's been exceptional. The defense is looking decent. It's a really, really, really solid team, and I do actually fancy Southampton to win at home to Wolves. I think Wolves are struggling big time. They did well to come back against Spurs, and they did well to come back against Spurs in the Carabao Cup. But they ended up losing. But you just don't see where the goals come from for the team. Unsurprisingly, Jimenez doesn't look like the same player. Traore's got the finishing product of Reece. They're just not. They're just. I just don't see the Wolves aren't defending as well as what they did under Nuno. They're easier to beat. I just don't see where the goals are coming from, and they aren't created. They didn't create as many chances last week in their loss to Brentford. So I just think Southampton's going to win this game. I think Southampton are going to be up for it, and Southampton are going to start hitting a nice wee little run of wins coming up here. So yeah, Southampton win 2-0.
Agreed. I mean, I said before the season started, the people that were doubting Southampton are going to get relegated. I put them in their place, telling them Southampton won't. And I'm going to be collecting buckets for all your tears, because I said from the very beginning Southampton would not get relegated. I told people with confidence Southampton would not get relegated, because Hasenhüttl does a very good job with what he's got and his resources. He works really hard, and so do his players. I'm going to go ahead by more than 2-0. I'm going to go 3-1 Southampton. I think Wolves will score, but I think it'll be a fluky goal, because that's how Wolves do, score fluky goals. But Southampton, the way they're playing right now, it's hard to put past them. So I'm going to go 3-1 Southampton.
3-1. First, 2-1. Hallie, you're copying me, man. I don't care what you're saying. You're copying me. or really, it's just a bad coincidence that you've got near enough the same score as me. I've got 2-1. So Saints and Wolves. Do you think Adam Traore is going to get on the score sheet for Wolves now, or do you think he's going to miss another sitter? No,
he's not going to score.
Right, on to the North London derby between Arsenal and Spurs. Two teams probably not in the greatest of forms. Obviously, Arsenal under Arteta. Okay, they've won their last 2 games, or 3 games if you want to count the Carabao Cup. Meanwhile, Spurs, even though they did well in the first half against Chelsea, they got completely outplayed in the second half, and Spurs and Nuno never really adapted to the team. Yeah. This is a game between two clubs. It's good. The atmosphere is going to be incredible at the Emirates, but there isn't much quality on both sides for the teams. Both of their main strikers, Harry Kane, doesn't want to be there, and Aubameyang, he doesn't really want to be there either. And it's between Arteta, who's massively under pressure, and Nuno Espirito Santo, who I've already seen some fans, genuine Spurs fans, who want them sacked because, surprise, they're just as boring as they were under Jose Mourinho. But I do think Spurs are going to go to the Emirates and win this game. I think Spurs just have the better defense, the better midfield, the better attack, and if they play like they did in that first half against Chelsea, Arsenal will struggle, because Arsenal can't deal with teams who Arsenal are reluctant to play from the back, and the Spurs press them like they did against us. Arsenal are going to struggle because Arsenal's defense can't play from the back under pressure. It's something they continue to struggle with, and Arteta remain reluctant to do it. I think Nuno has the slight tactical edge over Arteta in such a big game like this. So I think Spurs will win this game 2-0 the Emirates, and just say get your popcorn ready for Arsenal Fan TV, because the meltdown will be absolutely hilarious. Reece, over to you.
This is when it gets fun. Okay. Do I predict Arsenal win, so Arsenal go level on points with Spurs? Do I predict a draw, or do I predict Spurs go 6 points clear of their rivals? I'm going to go... I don't care about the result. Arteta gets sacked this weekend. I'm going to go... I'm not surprised, to be fair, in terms of the pressing, like Spurs are better, but I think Spurs are quite average. I think Spurs are quite an average side. I like Nuno, but he's just not assimilating well at Spurs. I don't see him lasting past the end of the season. I think he'll be gone. I think he'll only have 1 year at Southampton, Spurs, then he'll be sacked. But I think he will get it right this weekend, though. And I'm going to go Spurs 4, Arsenal 1.
Ooh, I think the Arsenal fans are personally. Yeah, I think the Arsenal fans will go a bit mad if that happens. Do you think Spurs made a mistake keeping Harry Kane? Because Harry Kane doesn't look one bit interested at that club.
Oh yeah, massive mistake. We spoke about it on the World Football Podcast on Monday. We spoke about Harry Kane for about 20 minutes. And honest to God, I can't stand him. I can't stand the hypocrisy by certain pundits saying he's a saint, he's a media darling. He's a media wanker. He's not professional. Professionals turn up to do their job. He clearly didn't. He clearly wants to avoid any sort of issue by saying, "Oh, the situation's done. I appreciate the fans and all that." Do you hell? In terms of Harry Kane, I think they're better off without him because Son so far already he's done better than Harry Kane. Even though last night Kane scored against Wolves, they still bottled a 2-0 lead, but I still think they went through. But they're still with Kane. He's just not in it, and I don't see the point in keeping him. If he's not in it mentally, then there's no point playing him, even if he is your best player. Yeah, I think it is a massive mistake.
Alex says points are going to be shared. It's going to be a 1-1 draw. Shane's got Arsenal to beat. Nuno Desperado to Santos Spurs 2-1. Ankit, hello. Everybody's not aware. Ankit, obviously former RC Bean TV or Fan TV. He's now renamed to Almighty Blues FC. If you haven't checked Ankit out, please do check out the YouTube names there on screen. Also do check him out. Give him a wee follow on Twitter. Amazing guy. Also did a Chelsea podcast with him on Tuesday night, the Royal Blues show. So, if you haven't checked it out, please do. There's plenty of football content over on the Blue podcast. And also if you're into American sports, there's some American sports stuff over there too. So on to the last game of actually the second to last game because we still have one to cover. It is Crystal Palace and Brighton, which is also a derby. Brighton, wow. Brighton looking incredibly good. A very good win over Swansea. 2-1 Arsenal, who aren't. Yeah, I know from speaking to you on Tuesday, from what you were speaking to what you said about Spurs on Tuesday, Ankit, yeah, you don't particularly rate Spurs and Josh in his top two. Thank you very much. So yes, Brighton looking very, very good. Brighton starting to convert their chances that they were missing last season. Very sent fourth in the Champions League, set up fourth in the Premier League in the Champions League spot. Meanwhile, Crystal Palace, not doing too bad. I think they're slowly starting to find their feet, and I do actually have Crystal Palace getting a draw here at home against Brighton. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. I think both teams it's going to be a very evenly matched game. I think Palace fans are going to be well up for this game. I think Palace will play very well, but Brighton, I think, are very, very good form. Not to lose this game. It's going to be a very good win on the road, and I think it's probably I think it'll be a fair draw. I don't think any team will have deserved to win this game. I think 1-1 will be a fair result in the end. Will be Reece.
I'm not actually sure, to be honest. It's going to be. I'm actually not sure about this one. This one's actually quite tough to call because Palace since Vieira's came in have been a bit interesting to watch. Like in certain games, like Spurs, like you got that spot on. Certain performances have been great, but he's clearly shown things. He's turned it around slowly, which for Palace fans is good. I just don't know because obviously Graham Potter, he's done a decent job at Brighton. I'm going to go a little bit on the limb because this could end up being a high-scoring result, depending on who does well. I'm going to go Palace 3, Brighton 2.
All right.
It's just something in it. There's just something in it where I think there could be a bit of goals on either side. I just think Palace are far better equipped to score more, so I'll tip it towards Palace on this one.
All right. Harry's got Brighton to be Palace on the road, and she does got Palace to win at home against Brighton. So, on to the final game of this: Manchester City taking on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, which very early on it's a massive when it comes to the title. Chelsea currently unbeaten in the Premier League. Currently sitting atop of the league, 13 points, 5 after 5 games, winning on alphabetical order, which has been interesting. Good evening, Doug. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, this is a bit of interest. Obviously, City dropping points on their last game against Southampton, to the Etihad, with one shot on target in 90 minutes. So yeah, that was who predicted 2-2 for the Liverpool game. Let's go back up and find out. I predicted 2-0.
I definitely did.
I predicted 2-0. No Liverpool, dog. I think I'll beat them. Let me just see if I can find these comments. Well, there you go. Hadley's predicted 2 each. The other Shane Don predicted 3-1, and Reece predicted 2-0. So, okay.
I also said 2-2.
Okay, so Chelsea. Yeah, this is a very, very interesting game, and an incredibly tough game to call. Chelsea's performances over the last 4 games, and include last night's result, and not even though there was, they haven't. Against Spurs was amazing. Was really, really good. Tactical change to 5-3-2 worked. We dominated. Probably could have scored more. We could have probably scored more than 3 goals. But I just think Manchester. Listen, Pep Guardiola's lost to us 3 times. They've lost to us in the Champions League. Manchester City are going to be up for this game more than probably any of the other games, and I include the Champions League. Now they're going to be out for revenge, and I just feel like Man City are going to be on their game, but I think Chelsea's defense is more than good enough to hold out, and I still feel like, especially with Lukaku, because I think that the City defense is definitely a bit suspect. I do think that that Southampton had decent chances against City, but I just don't see any team winning this game. I think it's going to be a very cagey affair, and I think Manchester are going to be up for this game. So I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw, and my goal scorers will be Romelu Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne. I would love to say we're going to win this football game, but I just don't have it. I just feel like City are just going to be really, really up for this game. I can't see City winning over the next 3 games. The next 3 games are away to Chelsea, away to PSG, and away to Liverpool. That's very that's painful. That's very, very painful. But I just think City are going to be really up for this game. I feel like Chelsea have more than enough to hold up against a City's attack, and it'll be a 1-1 draw. But if there is any team to win it, it will absolutely be Chelsea. Reece?
It's 2 teams I honestly could not give a shit about.
Surprise.
It's the favourites for the league versus the team that are not even going to finish in the top 3. I'll let you decide who that is. I think the way Chelsea play lately, I think Chelsea have the edge. I think Chelsea do have the edge at the minute right now over City, and I think Chelsea will get the best of it. So I'm going to go. Chelsea to win this game 2-0. I think Chelsea will beat Man City. Yeah, I'm going Werner and Lukaku to score.
Werner to score. He did score last night. Very good header from Timo Werner. I think this is the perfect game that he does turn up in. Shane Dodd's got 2-1 Chelsea. Doug has got 2-0 Chelsea. He's got 2-2, which would be a really, really exciting game. And
Man City are not going to finish in the top 3, I think, this season. No, I don't think they are now. I think that's them. I think Liverpool are going to finish above them. I think it'll be between United. I think it'll be between United and Chelsea for the league.
I will unfortunately miss this game since I'll be travelling up to the Glenavon game. Glenavon are playing Limerick kind of. And he has. I think most people have probably heard Linfield, so I won't go into too much details. It's a very big game for Glenavon too. I'll be listening to the radio on the way up to the game, so I won't be able to watch it, but I will be listening to it, and I will be watching the game back. So I hopefully Chelsea do win, but I don't know if City going to be out for revenge. Like we've bet them in an FA Cup semi-final, we bet them in the league with a last-minute winner, and we bet them in a Champions League final. Something for me to say they're going to be a tiny bit more up for this game than most people suspect. And I know they don't have that natural striker that they finish chances off, but it is what it is. Hello, Rich. Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're doing well. I have to say, I hope to get into one of your streams very soon. If you would have me, should I say? Because I haven't really spoke to you in a while, but I hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're working away, and I find your YouTube channel life is going incredibly well. Hopefully, definitely I'll get a chance to catch up with you at some point soon. So that does bring to the end to week 6 predictions here of the Josh versus Reece predictions on the Josh and Reece podcast. Thank you very much for everyone for coming in. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe. So me and Reece should be. Well, I'm just going to double check. We should live Thursday. I think the international break follows next week. Yes. Okay, so we will be live next Thursday, 7 p.m. for week 7 predictions, and the international break kicks in, which kind of sucks. But, or maybe if me and Reece have time, maybe we'll try and sneak in like a Champions League video or something in somewhere. But I won't. Depends on time because maybe Reece
We'll figure people.
So Reece, if there's anything you want to, if Reece, there's anything you want to shout out, any social, you just want to say to everyone in the chat.
Not much for me really. I'm thinking over the international break, I might take a break from everything. I might over the international break, I might deactivate my Twitter and stuff for a little bit, just take a wee break. But that's one announcement. But in terms of streaming, I'm going on my Twitch soon. Reece_Lightning1997. I'm going to do some streaming. To have any, there's no other pods actually for me for the rest of the day, which is quite good. This is the only pod I'm doing today, so I'll be having a bit of a break, and then we'll see what happens this weekend. I don't think I'm doing any. To be honest, which is good because I haven't had a break lately. And to be fair, it's not that I'm complaining. I don't mind doing streams and helping people out. It's just I've done a fair few lately, and I am just a little bit tired. So I'm just gonna
I do know you're being, because obviously doing a lot of videos every day and talking football, it does take a toll. But some people do think coming on to like a YouTube channel and running your own YouTube channel is really easy to speak about football, but it can wear you out
it definitely does. Yeah, I love it. And I put so much energy in because like the guys that I talk to, male or female, I enjoy it. I have a laugh. I get good banter, talk about football, reminisce memories about football games, past seasons. I love all that, but you'd be surprised how many hours I get sleep nowadays. And it's not because of them. Nope, I'm not putting any of that. It's just because I put so much energy into it, I don't realize how tired I really am. And because of that, I'm just gonna ease up a little bit. But obviously, any opportunity I get to appear on a show, I'm always grateful. So, and I never really say no to people because I've got good relationships with people, good rapport, and I think that's why people always come to me, because they know I bring all the energy and I bring a lot to shows. I'm not the best thing going, but I bring the best I can. But yeah, I'm gonna do a stream tonight on Twitch. I'll probably an interactive stream. If anybody wants to, what I'll do is I'll just drop a link to in the chat right now. Whilst we're still live, if anybody wants to come along, and we can just chat whilst I'm gaming, or if you want to do something on the streams, I don't mind. We can certainly do that. So I will just
before Reece, while you do that, before we end the stream, I want to play a quick video for everyone. I want just make everyone a bit hyped and give a bit of nostalgia for the Premier League games coming up. Because I've got a wee thing that was I can't remember what season this was from. If anybody could let me know, please do let me know. But this is one of the best things that we've ever seen in the Premier League, and this probably gives everyone a bit of nostalgia to obviously the classic Premier League that we used to have. Executed. So I think we need something like a Bakary still away because that's just a class. That was a classic Premier League injury. We
It's
need
one of the
something like
best, yeah. I like that, and I like the old match of the day opening. Like obviously when they changed it, it's shit, but it's just how things are nowadays. But I like that intro. It was fun. It was old school, a bit refreshing, but the old match of the day is another one, which is great to have. Guys, I have dropped my link in the chat, which is my Twitch. I will be going live. Geez, what fucking time is it? 8:15. I'll go live at 8:00, and we'll do an hour, 2 hours. We'll go till 10:00. Doug, if you're watching, Josh, I don't know if you're going to your bed. You probably will. If you guys want to jump on and we can just do stuff, Doug, if you want, if you're not doing anything, fire on your computer and we can just chat away as well, and we can do that as a stream together. But if anyone wants to watch, come along. You can, if you want to follow, you can. It's up to you. You don't necessarily need a Twitch account to watch streams, but if you want to follow, you do need a Twitch account. I am on the road to being a monetized account. But what I am not going to do is I'm not going to monetize my account. I will be close to doing it. I am close to doing it, but I'm not going to do it because I just enjoy gaming. I don't want to make money off it. It's not what I'm about. I just enjoy it overall. So
I'm
that's
the
what
same.
I'm about.
I just enjoy making content, and I've definitely learned a lot of skills, a lot of range of skills from doing YouTube. I'm very cool. Don't see the same as you guys in the work. Missing out, Helly. Absolutely missing out. But anyway, I'm going to have to go. Says Reece said I do have to go to bed for work tomorrow. Reece has got a stream to do. So everyone, thank you very much for joining. And Rich, yes, good to see you. Thank you very much, Richard. As I said, I hope to be on your stream. Listen, give me a message on Twitter if there's any stream you want me to be a part of. Yeah, just like for next week, give me a week's notice, and I'll be able to try and get some early slate to be on that stream. So that's my all my proposal to you if you'd like to have me on. If you're doing streams, because I know you were taking a break yourself for a while. If everyone has enjoyed, please do hit the like button to the channel of the channel. Hit the like button of the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share this stream out. Get more people's predictions in. As I said, I will be back next week with the. I've got a special video coming out next week. I'm not going to go into too much details about it, but keep an eye on my Twitter for that. And as Harry says, good night, everyone. It is good night from me and from Reece. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you later.